What's happening, ladies and germs? This is the PackerMan, and it's our second episode of my Top Gear playthrough here on Green and Gold Games. Now we enter probably the country that takes the longest time to get through, because it has 3 races that require pit stops. Well, that have pit stops, I should say. The first of which is Tokyo, Japan. 7 laps. So this is quite the long race. And that's where the pits are. It has a little bit of a left turn before the entry, so getting into that pit lane can be a bit of a hassle. Another thing, this track doesn't really have any hills or anything to help you speed up. It's a pretty flat race. And the computer usually has to make 2 pit stops here. And of course you have to as well if you're driving the red car. The first stop you have to completely refill the tank, and then the last stop, the second stop, is usually for a splash. Of course, here I pop a nitro while the frame rate is a lot quicker to increase the effectiveness of the nitro. The great thing about this pit lane at Tokyo is that you can just drive straight out of it because of how wide the track is. I forget if I pit here or not. I do pit here. Okay. So I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just 5 bars of fuel. And the white car, that's all you need. I have fallen behind the leader a bit, but I still have 2 aces in the hole. And plus the computer car still has to make his second stop. And that is how you do that. computer player comes home 5th. So yeah, that's a fairly easy race to win. Now we go to Hiroshima, which is another long race. It's 5 laps. One of the few 5-lap events in the game. In fact, this might be the only 5-lap race in the game. I don't remember. And that's where the pits are. However, if you're driving the white car, you won't have to make a pit stop. I think this is one of those points where the controller stops working on me, right there. Where it's turning left and all of a sudden it just stops. Kind of annoying. Which is why I'm glad I got a new controller. Of course, I didn't really get the new controller until after I recorded the footage for this game, so, you know, it is what it is. I think if my controller hadn't failed and went into the frickin' signs on the first lap, I think I would have had a shot at catching the leader here. But not going to be the case this time. Also, I kind of neglected to mention, this episode is going to cover the rounds of Japan and Germany, I believe. Alright, Yokohama, Japan, 1.48 miles, 3 laps. The lone 3-lap race in this round. The other races are 5, 6, and 7 laps. That's why this particular round is considered the longest in the game as a whole. Because all the races are just long as hell, except for this one. split the middle for the lead. And right there, the controller failed on me again. I was fortunate, though, that I didn't hit anything roadside. And the AI player comes home second. Pretty close for second between the computer, Tony, and Paul. Lag! And the final race, Kyoto, Japan, 1.71 miles, 6 laps. I think this is the longest track in terms of track length in the game. But it's not the longest race in the game. That honor goes to London, which is near the end of the game. This does have one of the longest straightaways in the game for sure. Whoops. Right there, I'm just like, wow, really? Hit the same frickin' back marker twice in a row. There you only need 2 bars of fuel if you're in the white car. So yeah, not my best run in this race. .666. But still won the round though, so that's all good. And that, my friends, is the round of Japan on championship mode. And the password for the next country is wreckage. And the next country is Japan, Munich, Germany. 1.52 miles, and it's another 7-lap race. So at this point in the game, they're just throwing the long races at you. And this one is not exactly the easiest either, because it has a lot of sharp turns. 2 right at the beginning. And this left-hander basically comes at you without warning. Of course, this round has what I consider my favorite track in the game, which is in the third race, which we'll get to here in a little bit. The first 2 races of this round are they're pretty gnarly, to say the least. This one because of its length, but race 2 is race 2 is probably the nastiest race of the Germany round. Here we go. Pop. Well, time for the pit stop. I think this time I took on a little bit too much fuel. So I think I still had 2 bars left. So, kind of a frustrating runner-up finish right there, because I felt like I could have had a shot at it, but just hit way too many back markers there. And now we go to Cologne, Germany, and look at all them sharp turns. It's only a 3-lap race, 1.64 miles, but this race is just downright nasty. It's got sharp turns galore. That point right there is always the point where you want to ignite your nitros. And then it goes to nighttime. And of course right there, the controller decided to fail on me again. Oh, just barely beat him to the line. That'll happen a lot in this race. Quarter of a second was the difference. And now we come to what I consider my favorite track in the game, Black Forest. 1.6 miles, 6 laps. In the white car, though, you can make it the whole way. So yeah, this track has a lot of fast turns, lots of hills. And of course the controller again decides to be a prick. Lag! Whoa, back markers galore. Yeah, that is not the easiest pit lane to get to. With all those rolling hills. That's not the easiest one to get out of either. So yeah, even though it says I'm low on fuel at this point, I don't have to pit. This last lap was a lot of fun. So now we gotta wait for the AI player to catch up. "25 seconds. Greg's, who finished 10th, was a minute and a half behind. And finally, Frankfurt, Germany. 1.32 miles, 8 laps. One of the few 8-lap races in the game. Yeah, this is one of them races where you gotta exercise patience. Has a lot of Long sweeping turns. With the white car, you can actually go to the white flag lap before you have to pit. Because this track is not very long in length. It's just the lap count is a bit intimidating, especially for first-time players. Good run with that nitro. Try to get some distance between myself and the second place car. Two laps to go. I decided to come in on this lap. Nothing to it. So, not a bad way to end the round with 3 straight wins. And that'll do it for this episode of Green and Gold Games, currently in the middle of my Top Gear Let's Play. Next time we'll be covering the Scandinavian round and what is considered the hardest round in the game, the Round of France. Till next time, this is the PackerMan, signing out.